Hey everyone, welcome to the Arm Drill Team. This is a new school year, means new members, new ways to teach, online, yeah. Alright, so my name is Raven Natividad. I am a cadet staff sergeant, and this is my third year in ROTC, and also my third year in Arm Drill. So if you're gonna ask who's the commander, as of right now, we don't know yet. There could be a new one soon, but as for right now, the most experienced people are going to be the ones teaching all the basics in arm drill and unarmed drill, color guard, yeah, all the drill teams. So, arm drill. What is arm drill? Arm drill is basically unarmed with a rifle. And you're thinking, yeah, obviously, well, unarmed is an individual showing a way to handle this weapon, showing creativity on how they can handle this weapon. So, example of creativity can look like this. There's a lot of, you can really go far in exhibition or arm drill if you just keep practicing. And now this is not a real weapon, it's not a gun, it's called a rifle. This is called the Springfield 1903 Daisy. It weighs 8.5 pounds or 8.6 if this was a completed rifle. And you're saying, what do you mean completed? If you couldn't tell already, this rifle is missing some pieces. Over here is supposed to have a iron sight. If iron sight, as in it's just basically the thing to see through the scope. Yeah, that's what it's called, the scope. And the iron sight back here is also missing. I took them off because of safety purposes when you're spinning a rifle. And yeah, this is a Springfield 1903 Daisy. It is a replica rifle of the M1903. I suggest you should go watch the unarmed regulation video, because this is gonna make the video longer if I explain all things on how to stand at attention, parade rest, left face, about, etc. Like I said. And if you're wondering what's with all the tape, all this tape is to mark where I should be placing my hands. So, and it also helps me see the rifle better when I'm doing moves like this that requires you to toss the rifle upwards. And it's easier to see where you should be placing your hand, but I use it because it's easier for me. As for the returnees, you guys probably know all this stuff, so you can go ahead, if you feel comfortable that you're not lacking in your regulation, just skip this video and just go watch the other video on how to sharpen up your spins. Now, I'm going to teach you. So, everyone knows position of attention, right? It's like this, standing straight up, posture, bearing, head, eyes straight to the front, left hand, right hand pinned to your sides, arms, and your feet are going to be at a 45-degree angle. If you don't know what's a 45-degree angle, I suggest you search it up or take geometry. But yeah, position of attention. Now, attention with a rifle looks like this. And you're probably thinking, that looks very simple. It is very simple. Now, the butt of the rifle is going to be facing outwards. Or, my bad, the butt of the rifle is going to be on the top right of your right foot. Now, the butt of your rifle is the bottom part, obviously. And the top right of your foot, you're going to want the edge of the rifle, or where the trigger guard is, the bottom part where the sling should be, facing outwards, facing in front of you, not facing inward. The correct way is the rifle facing outwards. The trigger guard is facing outwards. Now, the edge of this butt has to be on the edge of the top right edge of your foot, or the shoe, your shoe or your slippers, top right of your foot, and it's gonna be right to your right side, not your left, but to your right side. and it's going to be straight up. Now, when you're standing at attention, you're not going to be going like this with your right hand, pinning it to your right side, but instead you're going to be holding a rifle. And how you're going to be holding it is in a taco shape, or what they would say V shape, and you're going to cup the rifle wherever, or my bad, not wherever, but wherever the length of your arm extends. But in my case, it extends up to here, where this tape is, or the upper swivel. That's how my hand looks, fully extended. My arm looks fully extended, and you're gonna cup the rifle with a V shape. And it would look like that from the side. And you're gonna want the rifle to be tilted all the way, or just let it lean on your arm. The rifle is on the seam of your trousers as well. It's gonna feel like it's poking, but just gotta angle it right so it doesn't. And then your left arm, you just pin it. It's the position of attention. Now, everyone knows parade rest, right? Looks like this. And this is a pretty easy movement rest. You're gonna extend your left foot, shoulder width apart. Your left hand and right hand are gonna be behind your back. But instead, with a rifle, only your left hand is gonna be behind your back. Now, with the rifle, from where you're holding from attention, you're gonna slide it upwards to where the stocking swivel would be, or just slide it to where your arm is kind of like a chicken wing, I guess you could say, and then extend it outwards, fully extend your arm outwards. And this, and then your left hand behind, attention, parade rest. Now, from parade rest, all you're doing is turning the rifle to your left and extending your arm all the way, your right arm all the way, and then taking your left arm and just placing it on top of your right. Recap, attention, parade rest, at ease. Very simple, right? If I went too fast, you can always just rewind the video. Now I'm going to teach you 14 count of manual arms, which is a series of movements. Basically, how could I explain it? Or a way of holding the weapon properly. First movement is called port arms, or first weight. Let me give you an example of what rifle manual looks like. This is called 14 count manual arms. That's something you can use in creativity, when you make routines, when you're spinning a rifle around. You can do so much things with just that. Now, all of those movements you just saw consist of different names and counts. 14 count manual of arms, basics of arm regulation. First movement is called port arms. So port arms looks like this, 2 count movement. 1, 2. There is 2 things that you should take note about. It's always going to be a 45-degree angle with regulation port arms, but in terms of exhibition port arms, you can do exhibition in a different way. Now, regulation port arms looks like this, 45-degree angle. Again, if you still don't know what 45 degrees is, search it up or take geometry. 45 degrees, you should know what it is. Yeah, 45-degree angle with regulation port arm. First movement, how it's going to look like is you're gonna raise the rifle up with your right arm, or raise a stick. Again, whatever you use to substitute this thing, this weapon, because I know not everyone has this, but if you have this, doesn't matter if it's half weighted, the same weight as this, heavier, bladed. I hope you don't have bladed because that's very dangerous. Whatever you're using to substitute this, you use your right arm and you're gonna bring it upwards towards the center of your body. Now, to get used to the weight of this, grab a 10-pound dumbbell and just keep doing this same movement over and over until you can get used to the weight of this, and you just throw it around like it's no problem. Bring your right arm up, and you're gonna take your left hand, and you're gonna put your left hand on where the receiver would be. Now, you probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but let's say you have a stick, right? Dirt. You have a stick, right? Find the balance point. What I mean by balance point is take your hand, place it on the middle of whatever you're using, and make sure if you're using an umbrella, I suggest not to, but instead find like a perfectly balanced stick or a 5-pound pipe or something. But put your hand in the middle of the stick or whatever you're using and find a balance point. Balance point is basically where your hand should be in port arms. The balance point on this stick is the middle, obviously, and that's where this green tape is. And that's where I'm going to be putting my pinky on when I'm in port arms. Now your right hand is going to go behind the receiver. Now, oh, this is hard to explain without a rifle. Stick or something else you're using, your right hand is going to be an L shape when you're holding it. So put your left arm at a 45-degree angle. So with your right, just hold it with your left arm first at a 45-degree angle, because it's just way harder without a rifle. 45-degree angle with your left arm, and then your hand placement is your pinky is gonna be where the balance point would be, or the receiver in the case of the rifle. And your right arm is gonna be an L shape, and you're just gonna grab onto the thing you're using, and it would look like this. It's gonna feel weird because both of your arms are tucked in, but this is how port arms would look. Now the length, or how far it should be from your body, should be a calling gesture. Basically, you're gonna fully extend your thumb and your pinky, and that should be the amount of space you have with your thing you're using in your body. And it doesn't have to be the same as mine, because everyone has different hands, different arms lengths. You're just gonna fully extend, and that's gonna be how far the port arms would be. Now this is how it looks like from the side. As you can see, my right arm is an L shape. From the front, it's like this. Left side. If you still don't get it, sorry I'm bad at explaining this, but it's actually pretty difficult without a rifle. But like I said again, pinky is going to be on the balance point, which is where this black tape is. This is why I put a black tape on here, so I know where to place my hands all the time. And if you're probably gonna say, oh, then how would you know when without tape? That's why I put the tape, so I memorize where to put it. But yeah, your left hand and your pinky is gonna be on the balance point again. Left arm, 45-degree angle. Right arm is gonna be behind the receiver on this little notch. Your right arm is gonna be at a 90-degree angle, or an L shape. Now again, port arms. Port arms is a 2-count movement. One more time. That's port arms. Next movement is called quarter arms. It's basically just going down back to attention, and it looks like this. 3-count movement, and slowly bring the rifle down. Preparatory execution. Preparatory command is port. Execution command is arms. Together, it would sound like this: port, arms, 1, 2. Again, 2-count movement. Preparatory, port, execution, arms. Now, from port, again, you're going to use your right arm, and you're going to grab on the upper handguard. And again, without a rifle, explain, but port arms again, without a rifle, and you're just going to grab the top part of where that thing you're using almost ends. You're going to grab the top part from the 45-degree angle, and your arm is going to be right over your hands of where your hands are holding, and it's gonna be right on the thing you're using, or on right on top of the rifle, and it's gonna look like this. So from here, order, right? Just keep practicing that same movement. I don't want to see like this because that absolutely looks horrible. That's called a rainbow, what we would call it. But sharp movement from here, let go, drag your arm up, grab. Make sure you don't hit your actual hand so it moves the rifle back and you hit your face, or moves the thing you're using back and hit your face. Position of port, up, drag your arm, grab. Then let go with your left, use your right, guide it to your right side, and salute with your left arm. Left hand is in a flat shape, all of your fingers together. Your thumb is not sticking out like this, but it's stuck. All of your fingers are together and saluting the barrel of the rifle or the top part of whatever you're using. And you're gonna when you're bringing it down, you're gonna slowly form your right hand into a V and bring it to your right side, and it's gonna look, and your right arm's gonna be chicken wing. You're gonna cut, bring your left arm to your right, or left arm to your left seam of your trouser, back to attention, slowly bring the rifle down. Get the point. Now order. In regulation, I do not want to hear this. Don't slam when you're doing regulation, because that's obviously not regulation. That's part of exhibition, but you're doing order, bring it down, cut, slowly ease it down to where it's touching the right, top right of your foot. Now, again, if I'm going too fast, rewind the video. I'm trying my best to explain without a rifle because it's actually pretty difficult. Like I said, you're gonna bring it down, and you're gonna guide it with the right side of your body. You're gonna guide it down on the right side of your body, cut, and the moment you guide it to the floor, it should be on the top right of your shoe, in theory. That works for me. That's how I always do it. So from port, order, bring it down, guide it with the right side of your body. Sorry about that. Guide it with the right side of your body, cut, slowly bring it down. And then the end of the butt should be at the top right of your foot. Oh, I forgot to say, for port arms, to ensure that you're always getting a 45-degree angle when you're bringing it up, make sure when you're going to touch it with your left, that your right arm is locked onto the top part of the rifle, or the upper hand guard, or top part of the stick, and it would look like this. And this is a 45-degree angle. This next movement is quite difficult for some people because they have a problem with moving their head. That is a common problem with starters, beginners, or even experienced people. This next movement is called right shoulder arms, and it is a 3-count movement, and it looks like this. Now, it looks easy, but trust me, it's very difficult if you can't handle the weight of this, especially going around your head. Now, you're gonna have to get used to moving this thing around your body. Make sure you don't move your head, because that used to be me in my freshman year. I'd go like this because I was scared of this rifle. Now I could just do it without moving my head. Now, what makes it easier to do that? You're gonna take your right arm, extend it out, not order. It's kind of like order when you're doing order. You're going from here, extending out, grab. But instead, you're extending out, you're grabbing the bottom of the butt. Now, your thumb is gonna be on top of where the screw would be, or in the case of the stick, the upper part. Yeah, the upper bottom part, where your thumb would be. Now, from port, grab, thumb on top of the screw, and you're gonna tilt the rifle to your right, turn it, and use your left hand and salute it from where you would put your right arm at port. Salute it, and then you're gonna bring your right arm upwards, and you're just gonna let it drop. So here, turn, drop, right shoulder.